What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Duran and I'm here to talk Celtics basketball. More primarily my boy Jayson Tatum. And I'll just go out and say it. I think Jayson Tatum's going to win MVP this year, you guys. I think he's going to assert himself as one of the 5 best players in the world. Jayson has showed us a lot throughout these years. Since 2017, going from 13 points per game to 15 points per game to 23 points per game and getting his first All-Star bid, getting his first All-NBA bid, averaging 25 and 10 in the playoffs. That showed me a lot. You know, Jayson Tatum really showed me that he's a player that we can lean on. He's a player that can be the best player on a championship winning team. And I show a lot of respect to that. And I think Jayson Tatum right now is on the cusp of his MVP season. I think this is the year that he takes that leap into MVP superstardom. And I think he has it this year. And it's crazy when we look back at it, y'all, because in that 2017 season, I think majority of the Celtics fans, including myself, we were on the Markelle Fultz bandwagon hard. Like, we were like, hey, Markelle Fultz, Jaylen Brown, Isaiah Thomas, Gordon Hayward, they are going to take over the entire NBA. We got a future dynasty. And then Danny Ainge trades back. And then it's just kind of like, we don't know really who he's going to pick. And then I'm going to say that my preference was Jayson Tatum. My preference was Jayson Tatum at number 3. There's no lies there. I was not that big of a Josh Jackson fan at all because I think he had like a weak 3-point shot. I think he shot somewhere under 30%. And I was not for that because Josh Jackson and Jaylen Brown were very similar. And I was like, we just took a player like that already last year. A raw athletic forward that we had to teach how to shoot. And I didn't like adding Josh Jackson. I didn't really care that Josh Jackson didn't take an interview or a workout with Danny Ainge. I didn't care because I didn't want him on the team. I wanted Jayson Tatum. I thought he was a much polished player. I think he was ready to perform with us. And also, it's not going to be all on Jayson. The team has to perform better this year as far as shooting, because I feel like we got better shooters this year. This is going to open Jayson Tatum up for more ISO situations, for more favorable matchups. Teams can't just double team him like they did in January and February when he was getting hot. You know, he is going to have some shooters. We're going to have guys that space the floor way better than they did last year. Because if you talk about like who was considered our shooters, like our sniper shooters, Marcus Smart, Brad Wanamaker, Gordon Hayward, none of these guys shot over 40% from the 3-point line. None of these guys even sniffed 40% from the 3-point line. Like, those are considered the snipers that were supposed to be spacing the floor for us. I'm not even talking about Kemba and JB. Like, those guys, like, their jobs shouldn't be, those guys' jobs shouldn't be to be the 3-point shooters or the 3-point snipers. Like, the other guys are role players. Those guys are. So when we bring in Aaron Nesmith, and I love what I'm hearing from Brad. Brad never talks about rookies, but Brad is trying to keep it calm by saying, well, I like how he's shooting. He's shooting well. I don't know if he'll be in the rotation, but I like what I see. Listen, if Brad says that about a rookie, you know he good. Brad is capping right now. Brad has never talked about a rookie ever. Brad, I have never. All Brad would really say about a rookie is, well, he's doing fine. We're developing him. We're moving forward. But Brad is saying like Aaron Nesmith is shooting well in practice. I don't know if he'll be a part of the rotation. I think that's what Brad's saying. Like, I don't know if he'll be. Aaron Nesmith is going to be a part of the rotation. That's clear. Like, I've never felt as good about a pick since Jayson Tatum than I do about Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith is going to be a part of this rotation. So aside from that, talking about Jayson Tatum's MVP season, there's going to be much better spacing this year. He's going to have a lot more one-on-one situations where he can take advantage of smaller defenders because Jayson Tatum is 6'8". Like, he is 6'8". Like, there's not a lot of guys towering over Jayson Tatum from that 3 spot or that 2 spot. Like, guards and these forwards that are trying to guard him. There are not a lot of guys that can guard him. And then you talk about the power forwards that are matching up with Jayson Tatum. Not a lot of them can stay in front of Jayson Tatum at that. I think this is the year that Jayson Tatum wins MVP and asserts himself as one of the 5 best players in the world. I know a lot of people talk about, you start naming off names. Okay, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, Kevin Durant. Am I crazy to say that I think that Jayson Tatum can have a better year than KD and James Harden? Am I crazy to say that? Like, at some point, some of these players have to fall off. And I'm not going to say that Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant is one of the most efficient players of all time, bar none. But Kevin Durant is coming off an Achilles tear, guys. Kevin Durant hasn't played in a year and a half. Is it crazy for me to say that I think that Jayson Tatum can have a better season than Kevin Durant this year? I think he's capable. I really do. Is it crazy for me to say I think he can have a better season than Luka Doncic? Luka Doncic isn't some crazy 3-point shooter. Luka Doncic still struggles with his 3-point shot. Is it crazy for me? Because right now, I'll tell you right now, I think Jayson Tatum's better than Luka Doncic right now. I do. I still do. I think Luka Doncic just has a higher usage percentage. He plays point guard. He touches the ball every single possession for the Mavericks. I right now think Jayson Tatum's better than Luka Doncic. Am I crazy to say that I think he can have a top 5 season? I think that Jayson Tatum's going to be MVP this year. I do. I do. I think he's going to win the MVP this year. I think he is ascending at every single level. And as much as, and the most underrated thing that people don't talk about, aside from his scoring and aside from his amazing defense that no one really talks about, is his playmaking. Jayson Tatum in the playoffs showed me a lot of playmaking. He showed me a lot of good passes too when he didn't get it going. And also, Jayson showed me that he's becoming more mentally tough. There was that one game against the Heat. I forgot. I think it was like game 4 or game 5. I forgot. Well, he had 0 points in the first half. And then the second half, he had like 26 or 27 points. Are you kidding me? That is called mental fortitude. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Like, that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Jayson Tatum taking that next step on every single level. I think that he is going to become, 1, a two-way megastar. 2, I think he's going to ascend to assert himself as a superstar. And 3, I think he's going to win MVP this season. I do. Or be in the convo. I think he is opening himself up to be an MVP this season, especially with the more floor spacing that we have. A lot of people don't want to talk about Peyton Pritchard. Good. It doesn't matter. Peyton Pritchard's a shooter. Pritchard's a shooter. We're just gonna bring him. He's gonna shoot. Neesmith is a shooter. We have shooters. T can shoot. Like, Tristan Thompson can shoot a little bit. Like, we have more shooters than we did last year. I don't think we had as much three-point shooting as we did. Like I said, our three-point shooters were Brad Wanamaker, Gordon Hayward, Marcus Smart. These were our snipers. These were considered our snipers that JB and Jayson Tatum had to drag to the Eastern Conference Finals. They don't get enough credit for that. They didn't have as much spacing as they should have. These guys did not have the opportunity to take advantage of their one-on-one matchups like they could have, because there was a lot of times where the Toronto Raptors were able to slide in and play help defense on guys that Jayson Tatum should have been punishing, that JB should have been punishing. Like, Serge Ibaka had a chance to sneak into the lanes and to help out on guys, and we just didn't have really anyone to kick it to. Like, the people that JT and JB were kicking it to was Brad Wanamaker. Like that, it's just like, people don't understand how much that affects a player's game and how much it affects their ability to dominate. It's spacing that affects a lot of things. And this year, I really think that we're going to take advantage of adding more three-point shooting and to take advantage of the more opportunities, because I definitely think that now Jayson Tatum has this contract. Jayson Tatum, it will be giving even more keys to the offense. Like, I think he will be put in more positions to play make for guys. He'll be having more opportunities. His usage will go up to around where Luka Doncic's usage is at. Let's just put it that simple. And Luka Doncic plays point guard. He will have more reign over the offense than he had in previous years. And I know Jayson Tatum is saying, this isn't my team just because I had a contract. Listen, this is your team. The offense will be catered around Jayson Tatum at this point. Everybody else will just have to fall in line. Jayson Tatum and JB, this is their offense. Everybody else is just a supporting cast. And I feel like the supporting cast this year is the best that we've had in a while since the Jayson Tatum has been drafted. This is the best supporting cast we've had in a while. And I'm not even going to talk about that other squad where it was toxic, because that team had too many players that did the same thing. So I wouldn't even call that the best supporting cast. This is the best supporting cast that brings out the best Jayson Tatum that we've had since he's been here. And it's prediction time. Let's talk about predictions. Jayson Tatum in the regular season averaged 23 points per game. Playoffs, 25 points per game. I think this year he'll average somewhere between 27 points per game and 28 points per game. I think he will. I think he'll average 27 and 28 points per game. Elite defense, playmaking, the Celtics winning, all combined, he will win MVP off the strength of that. And then people are going to talk about, well, what about prior MVP? What about Giannis? Giannis is still in his prime. I think the league is really starting to figure out Giannis. I really do. I think the league is really starting to figure out Giannis, and he only scores in one way, and it's a dunk. It's like, I don't know how many dunks Giannis has had, but I'm pretty sure that like 85% of his scoring has happened in the paint. Like a good amount of his scoring has happened in the paint, and to give him credit, like, he's dominant, and I get that. And this is not to bash Giannis. He's a very dominant player, but I think he has peaked. And he is proven, and this is not me saying this, he is proven in the playoffs. When you stop all the rim runs and all the free runs through the lanes and all these easy layups and dunks, he has nothing to go to. He's standing around looking for someone to pass the ball to play make. He has no other move to go to. And that's all I'll say about Giannis. dominant player. I feel like he's peaked, and I feel like the league is starting to figure him out. I think he'll still be one of the top 8 best players in the league still. But as far as continuing him being the MVP, I don't think that'll happen. I think he, again, like James Harden said, it doesn't take much skill to do what he's doing. That's just my opinion. I think Giannis has skill, but it doesn't take much skill to do what he's doing and score the way he's scoring. And that's just the truth. And like I said, closing statements, I think Jayson Tatum's gonna win his first MVP this year. As always, guys, I have nothing left for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.